It's been super fun to be here with my friends and experiencing new people and different teams and different environments.
Intensity is much higher, but our team has done a good job to bring the intensity up.
Traveling with my team, it's a bonding experience. It's like building team chemistry. So in the games, we're that much closer and we're that much together.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to My Hockey Live and our presentation of the NEPSAC Boys Championships here at the Bright Landry Skating Center on the campus of Harvard University. I'm Paul McNamara, along with Carter Masterson from the New Hampton School, and Jeff Lane is here producing from center ice here, and we're just about set to go in the Piatelli-Simmons Small School Tournament Championship game, Carter, and the number 1 and the number 3 seeds. Rivers the number 1, Canterbury the number 3.
Yeah, the best rose to the top here in the small school tournament. It was a great tournament all the way through. The defending champion moved up to large school this year, so that was one horse out of the race, and these guys battled to get here. And it's Canterbury versus Rivers, the 3 versus the 1, set up for an amazing hockey game today. I am excited.
We are underway. Canterbury in the white, moving from left to right. Rivers in their home red. And all of a sudden, there's an indication of how the game's going to be called. That's tripping in some locations, but they let that go just half a minute in. And Rivers able to get it down ice without an icing. And Canterbury breaks it up ice. Sam Chapa, number 11, swings it over to Ryan Stratton, one of the co-captains for the Saints. Rivers now trying to break it up ice, and Caden Maselli, one of the captains, number 14, had it knocked off his stick. Maselli gets it back in his own zone and lays it back to Evan Handler, who rushes up ice. He will dump, and they will change. Steal in the offensive zone there by Freddie Meyer. The freshman, a couple of Meyer brothers here, a freshman and an 8th grader. And if the name sounds familiar, their dad is the head coach behind the bench, Fred Meyer. Canterbury, coached by Padraig McCarthy, class of 94 at Canterbury. We're going to whistle in the Canterbury end, and a first look at goaltender Max Pitts, the junior out of Victor, New York, between the pipes for the Saints.
Yeah, you look at those numbers. He's had himself a solid season, posted an .898 and a .307 GAA coming into today. A solid goaltender there, and only a junior, so they got another year of him down there at Canterbury.
Puck corralled at center ice now by number 20, Chris Sullivan for Rivers. He'll dump it in, played back there by Robert Savaglio. Now Canterbury up the middle it goes to Gino LaRussa. LaRussa comes wide for Ryan Lucarelli, and they're going to whistle off sides on that play just below us to the right.
Lucarelli, the Sacred Heart commit out of Westport, Connecticut, just got a little too ahead of himself there, just a bit off sides. The junior has had himself an amazing season with 42 points and on 12 goals. Incredible season for him, as he also has another year left in the tank.
Face-off control by the Red Wings. Played up ice by Handler. Big hit over there and offside on the play, but Lucas Morin, number 23 in red, got welcomed to the game by big number 18, Colin Watson.
Yeah, Watson sitting at 6'4", 210, showing every bit of that right there. Morin, a talented player, but couldn't get by Watson on that one.
Puck is dumped in now by Ryan Ferguson of the Red Wings. Played over there by Nate Ruzzi. Play getting physical all of a sudden. There's a high stick, and taking exception to that was Jake Palmer, number 17 in white. Puck tossed towards the net by Handler, goes wide. Rivers trying to put some pressure on in their offensive left wing corner. A couple of players from each team vie for it behind the net. And a shot on goal by number 11 there, Brett Stone, who pinched all the way in. Or rather, he was laying back as the left wing. They are letting these guys play here, as there's been some physicality here early on. 18-minute periods. We've only played 2.5 minutes, and it's been physical. Up ice it goes to Gino LaRussa. He's taken into the corner there by number 24, Freddie Meyer. Puck turned over, and a wrister by Colin Watson goes wide. Caroms off the backboards and cleared out by Chris Sullivan and sent right back in by Canterbury. They touch up, so play continues. Meyer goes across to his partner Sullivan. Long pass up this way to Finnegan Sears. Sears a wrister, and that one is gloved by Pitts.
If Finn Sears puts on the shot there, he is one of 3 8th graders that plays on that line with the aforementioned Carter Meyer and Sam Pandolfo. They are all almost point per game scorers, and only as 8th graders, that is huge for the Rivers hockey program. Meyer with 39, Sears with 34, and Pandolfo with 25. Just excellent stuff there for Rivers.
Will Hatton now out there at center for Rivers, but what a line to look at, all 8th graders.
Yeah, that's going to be, and if they stay together, that could be something that menaces the NEPSAC for a while.
Puck dumped in by Meyer. Canterbury's defenseman play catch, and offside is whistled as Maselli couldn't get back out in time. Little frustration by the Rivers guys going off the ice.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a frustrating start for both teams. Neither of them really been able to get going the way they would have wanted to, but it's a physical match so far, and the refs have definitely swallowed the whistle a little bit. They're letting them play. They want to see an exciting hockey game like the rest of us.
Shot a save there. That came off the stick of Will Hatton, the junior forward. Now Maselli throws it on goal with Hatton cutting right across the crease, and a save by Pitts. Hatton from the other side, and that one's blocked up high. Nice block by Logan Martell. He felt that one. Pressure here by Rivers. Justin Graff now working in his off-wing corner. Maselli backhanded it down, but it's intercepted and brought out by Canterbury. Nice back check there by Handler, the defenseman. And Rivers gets it right out and up ice. Maselli, good back check there by Sam Chapa. Chopper able to keep it on side, wheeling horizontally, and now it's turned over. And Justin Graff can't get it in deep. He has to change, and he goes to the bench. Jake Stevens back there for Canterbury. Long stretch pass off the stick of Jackson Powers. Powers will chase it to the corner where he meets Sullivan. Powers able to pick it up along the far boards. Puck wristed in by Robert Savaglio. Collision in the corner now, and first pressure really by Canterbury.
Yep. Canterbury's had some looks, but nothing too fancy so far.
Open man Finn Sears was uncovered. They were able to work it up ice where Carter Meyer moved into the middle, kicked it back outside, or it got deflected outside to Sears, and he got off a good wrist shot. Shots are, we're not keeping track, but they have to be probably 7 or 8 to 1 here in favor of Rivers.
Rivers has definitely been putting on the pressure, but Canterbury has answered well. They're not folding under the pressure. They've been checking well. Right here we see the shot that came from Finn Sears. It was well placed, but just couldn't do it earlier in the play. Will Hatton had been putting on a lot of pressure, and just I think he got 3 of those 8 shots you just mentioned just on one shift. An excellent start for Rivers, but not bad for Canterbury.
Colin Watson down the ring. Nice little drag and wrist shot to save by goaltender Delahoy. First time we've mentioned his name. And Watson, a big power forward, and he moved in and got off a shot and followed it. Puck chipped ahead now by Pandolfo. Here's Sears. He can't get around the defense of Logan Goodman. And now we're going to have a penalty call. I think we're going to take both of them.
Yeah, it's going to be matching. Finn Sears getting into it. The 8th grader showing some spirit. They just kept shoving, and then I guess he went a little too far. Maybe they'll send, yeah, it will be Sears. And we see right here, they just get tied up. And then it's Sears and number 23, Logan Goodman. They get in a shoving match, and the refs are going to try to get this one under control, because we've already seen a good amount of hitting, and we don't want to.
Didn't see the signal. Probably roughing on each.
Yeah.
Comes at 5:28 of the opening period. They will skate 4-on-4 in front of the goaltenders. A couple of rule changes that are different from high school hockey around here. If you watch any high school hockey on our My Hockey Live platform, this situation would be 5-on-5 in front of the goalies. And also icing the puck in prep school hockey is same rule as college. You cannot change if you're the offending team. You do get a little leeway in high school hockey, and you're able to change on an icing. Good hit there by Sullivan. Puck rimmed around near side, and Hatton will skate it up the left side. Hatton trying to chip it in, knocked off his stick, but kept in momentarily by Graff. Iverson couldn't get it deep, and here's a chance, and a shot goes over the top of the crossbar there. That was a good bid as Jake Stevens skated it down the right side. Stevens gets it forward to Stratton. Stratton trying to pull a move there, but can't get through Evan Handler. And now Meyer will skate up ice. Freddie Meyer weaves his way to the middle. Leaves it off for Koulis. Koulis, who had a 4-point game yesterday. Shot blocked wide. That came off the stick of Meyer. Pitts equal to that one. Puck jumps up in the air and played there by Brett Stone, but puck turns over to Ryan Lucarelli. Lucarelli overskated it, and they chip it in. 34 seconds left on the matching penalties. And we've crossed the 11-minute mark to play in the first period. Duncan Stewart picks it up in the neutral zone, now tosses it back into his own zone to Jackson Powers. Powers up the middle, flips it left wing corner, and it's going to be icing. Well, they wave it off. The back ref had his hand in the air.
They waved that one off really late.
Here's defenseman Handler with a shot. Might have been going wide. Played by Pitts. Centering pass picked off by Powers. He gets it to the neutral zone, but right onto the stick of Handler for Rivers. Rivers works it around. Ferguson up ice. Shot goes wide as looked like Roussel was skating laterally and kind of lost the power. We got a penalty coming up here on Rivers. It's going to be Jonathan Rivard, I think. Or it could be Roussel. It is Roussel. No.
They're going to book Carter Meyer. You can see in the corner, he skates up towards the puck, and then, gives a cross-check from behind. I think they're only going to give him 2, but when he's facing the other way, that's how you get a chance at 5. So he's lucky he only ends up with the 2-minute. Canterbury, who's had a struggling offense, they finally go get a chance to make something happen on the power play. We'll see how effective they can be.
The matching minors had just expired, so it's a 5-on-4 power play for Canterbury. The first extra man opportunity. Powers gets it back left point. They go right to left as Stewart was trying to find Powers over there. Stevens is back at the left point. In the corner, it's Chapa. Chapa shot blocked up high, and the puck went about 50 feet in the air. Shot hits the post. A bullet by Duncan Stewart through a screen. And Canterbury came that close to making it 1-0. Chapa run into by Meyer. Back to play it is Maselli. Can't get it by the point man of Stevens. Stevens lays it in front. All alone was Stratton, and he just couldn't find the handle. Back to Stewart now. Stewart, cross point to Stevens. Chipped ahead by Chapa. One-timer, saved down low by Delahoy. And back out to center with 48 seconds still to go. It seems like a long power play.
Yeah, it's because they've been executing on their chances. One thing, if you can't score on a power play, you got to get some momentum. Canterbury doing that right now.
Yeah, this is the best they've looked. Obviously, it's a man up, but the most consistent they've looked the whole period.
It can definitely translate to an extent. If it'll just help the players get some confidence, get their legs under them, set us up for a great hockey game.
20 seconds to go now on the Canterbury advantage. Long pass up, intercepted by Sullivan. Watson comes near side for Lucarelli. In the middle, wrist shot to score! Matt Patko! I'm sorry, it's Logan Martell.
I mean, that's just what they needed. They had been pushing all power play. And then right here, they find Martell right in the middle of the ice. He rips it glove side low on the ice. And Canterbury's got the goal advantage for Martell. That's going to be his 6th goal of the year, his 14th point. The sophomore defenseman gets it done on the man advantage, and the Saints will have themselves a lead. That's big time.
Lucarelli will get one assist. Not sure who fed the puck wide for Lucarelli, but what a good look by Lucarelli from the right side to find Martel cruising down Main Street. Wasn't a one-timer, but didn't waste much time. Pardon me. Long shot in by Ryan Ferguson. Saved by Pitts. Rivers on the forecheck here. Poked away by Lucarelli. Back into the corner it goes to Jake Koulis. Out to Sullivan, right point. Back to Koulis. Koulis double teamed. Takes it to the red line. Dumps it wide left. Hustling in is Ferguson. Ferguson, the defenseman, all the way in deep. Rivers, chance to change here. Nate Ruzzi pinned Ferguson to the boards. And Canterbury able to break it up ice. Jackson Powers with a move into the middle. Powers goes to the net and try to redirect the shot by Heslin. Heslin and Powers go down. It's a 5-on-3 up ice for Rivers if they hurry, but puck rolls off the stick of Sullivan. Powers trying to find Stewart headed down the middle. And now Sam Pandolfo into the zone. He's with Meyer. Pandolfo follows it to the sideboards, takes a hit, cycles for Carter Meyer. Meyer shields it. Meyer in the circle, shot blocked up high. That was Duncan Stewart who got in the shot lane. Good possession for Rivers here. This is Carter Meyer. Takes a hit from Stewart, but has possession. Looking, cuts in the middle again. Swept off his stick, but following up. Loose puck. Can't find the handle there on Pandolfo. Finn Sears able to pick it up behind the net, couldn't center it. And now trying to skate it off is Jake Stevens. What a great shift by that 8th grade line, and forces icing here, but it's waved off. Watson overskates it, kept in now by Chapa. Into the corner for Stratton. Stratton defended there by Darren Iverson, and Rivers able to break it up ice. Cross ice pass, can't connect. Picked up over there by Savaglio. And Canterbury able to get it into the Rivers end, and Watson had a man open, headed down the middle. It was Savaglio, but he just couldn't get him the puck. Jonathan Rivard now forechecking for Rivers. Rivard follows the puck corner to corner, and now it's taken away momentarily by LaRusso. Rivers has had the better of the play, but Pitts has been busy, but he's been good.
Yeah, for most of the game, it has been all Rivers, and now they'll get a chance to go on.
We got a penalty here. This was a marginal call, and Jake Palmer is going to go off for a hook, I believe. We'll see that one again.
Yeah, we see right there going back into his own zone. It's Ferguson, and right there, Palmer. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a touch foul.
Also, if it should go on 18 if they give it to anyone. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Colin Watson.
It'll go on Watson, but man, he did wrap around him, but it was a touch on the stick. That's a rather weak hook, and now we get to see a good Rivers power play go get a chance to even this one up with just under 5 minutes left in period number 1.
The only goal in the game came on a power play for Canterbury, and now Rivers will try to answer that with their first opportunity. They've got Hatton's line out there with Maselli and Graff. Back on the points is Koulis, fourth forward, and Freddie Meyer. Freddie Meyer, just a freshman.
I mean, this is a really young team.
Pass nearly picked off by Chopper. Yeah, they've grown up quickly.
For sure. I mean, you got Caden Michelli's a senior, Koulis is a senior, Stone's a senior, but that's really their top guys that are seniors. They're returning a lot of production, and if they can recruit the guys they're losing, this Rivers team could be not only a massive small school force in the future, but they could be a team that starts to run Elite 8 too.
Ryan Stratton knocks it up out of the zone and kills time here with 1:15 to go on the Rivers man advantage. Nice pass across ice. to Graff. Coolis can't keep it in, and it's skated up ice by Heslin. Heslin takes a hit from Meyer, but delivers it softly into the corner smartly. And Rivers down to 51 seconds of extra man time. Coolis up ice, lays it off to his right to Hatton. Hatton back to Coolis. He's got Handler up top. Handler works the right side. Back to Graff. Very patient here. Handler on net, deflected wide, so it was not on net, towards the net. Handler, nice little feed in front, trying to find Rivard and just missed. Here's a shorthanded break for Canterbury. Shot, a big save there by goalie Jason Delahoy.
Yeah, that was a huge opportunity there. Powers, and it was Savaglio coming up. They had a chance, but
2-on-0 shorthanded.
yeah, it just Powers lost control for a second and couldn't get it done.
Penalty time about to expire here as Canterbury back to full strength now. Puck goes into the corner to Pandolfo. Rivers still trying to keep the pressure on, even though Canterbury back to full strength. Chapa trying to get around the corner. Shot misses the far corner. That was labeled, but just about 6 inches wide. Pandolfo tried to steer it in unsuccessfully. A lot of traffic in front there as Duncan Stewart tried to go through the gauntlet, trying to run the gauntlet. And Rivers breaks it up, but then they ice the puck, so they will not be able to change here. 2:23 to go now in the first period that has picked up pace.
Yeah, Rivers was not a great power play, especially when Canterbury gets an amazing shorthanded chance like that. They definitely wanted to see the momentum get tied up a little bit more, make it a closer game. But Canterbury still riding high off that PPG. Rivers needs to find a response. They need to do it quickly.
You know, I think Rivers is, it appeared there they were trying to get too cute, rather than start bombing it and getting traffic in front. I mean, Pitts has played well, so maybe he's in their head a little bit,
Yeah, but they've definitely had some chances. Pitts was all the way out of his net, and all they had to do was be more concise. They just couldn't get it out front, and that's why it's still 1-0.
Stratton left it for Chapa. Chapa ran into the cage. Chapa gets it back. Left wing corner, one-timer there by number 9, Duncan Stewart, who's been all over the ice. Big hit over there by Martel, the defenseman who has the only goal in the game. He ran into Lucas Morin. Canterbury bench calling for a penalty. That's not going to come, and now we got a hand pass ruled.
I think they had a case, though. It looks like he did get tripped up there, and then on the opposite side of the ice a few moments earlier, there was a hook that was a little more severe than the one they called earlier that was rather soft. But overall, they've been letting them play for the most part, and we've seen that pretty consistent.
Coolis out there with Brett Stone on one wing and Lucas Morin on the other for the Red Wings. Puck is chipped in now by Gino LaRusso of Canterbury. A bit of uptick on the body work.
Watson just laid out. Who is that? Not Finsears, rather. It's Jacob Coolis. Big hit by the power forward.
Watson hits people just skating. He's huge. Palmater trying to circle the net. Sullivan chases. Palmater can't get through the stick of Brett Stone, and Stone sweeps it out of the zone. But right back on it is Canterbury, and Logan Goodman throws it in deep and heads to the bench to change. Well done. Puck stolen on the clearing attempt by Lucarelli. Lucarelli centering pass up high, and nice play by Coolis to prohibit the shot by LaRusso. But Canterbury with new life, and now all of a sudden Rivers up ice. Pass to Maselli and nearly tipped in front. Trying to follow up his Stone. Hatton got it to Stone for a shot that was deflected wide. Comes over to Freddie Meyer, left point, blocked up high, and Puck is tipped and somehow hits Pitts as the buzzer goes. Whew, that one was close.
That's a good ending to the period if you're both sides. Rivers finally got to apply some pressure. Got a good look on Sears there at the end of the play. They come up right here, number 24, Freddie Meyer, puts it on, gets a tip, hits him right in the chest, and just flutters over. But for Canterbury, I mean, how about Chino LaRusso putting his body on the line, blocking 2 shots, going completely vertical on the ice and getting it done. And then in the corner, it was number 21 for Canterbury. It's LaRusso again, and then Lucarelli, who got some good chances on the other end. So some momentum for both sides as they head into break, but Canterbury's got that 1-goal lead. That could be a decisive factor in this one.
Nice play by Freddie Meyer. His first shot was blocked, as you said, Carter, and then he stayed with it and got the shot on net. It was deflected by Maselli. Looked like it went off the body of goalie Pitts and then carried up over the crossbar, and that kept the game scoreless at the 17:59 mark of the first period.
Yeah, kept Rivers off the board. That's a huge one. This Rivers team looking a little battered as they head in. We got one player with some ice and his helmet off. That was number 19, Steven Roussel. We saw him take a nice lick earlier in this game.
And he's a good player. They'll miss him if he's unable to go forward. We hope he's okay. So we will break here as they resurface at the Bright Landry Hockey Center here on the campus of Harvard. And after 1 in the small school championship, it is Canterbury 1 and Rivers no score. We'll be back with the second period in about 10 minutes, folks.
It's been super fun to be here with my friends and experiencing new people and different teams and different environments.
Intensity is much higher, but our team has done a good job to bring the intensity up.
Traveling with my team, it's a bonding experience. It's like building team chemistry. So in the games, we're that much closer and we're that much together.
Did you know there are 218,952 female hockey players in the world? They all have their own strengths, their own ambitions, their own styles, and they all need their equipment to fit their way. No two are exactly alike. That's why CCM designs and develops equipment for each one of them. Because they all have their own feel for the game. CCM. Feel more.
Are you ever watching a stream and don't know what's going on? Who has the ball? What's the score? What's even happening? Well, we can fix that problem.
Cummings looks. Cummings in front. Man is all alone in front. Shot and a score! Patrick Woods. Packard quickly to Woodiette. Woodiette nice shot and a goal. Henry Woodiette from Charlie Packard.
Here's McGrath. Back for Peck in the slot. He scores!
First pass by Pereira. Throws it deep down the left side, and it is caught.
Now they drop it forth to Burge. He cuts, shoots it, scores! Luke the Burge.
Petrin on the go. Petrin in close shot, score! Jacob Petrin with the hat trick.
And the fake handoff to Pierre. Hasselback has it. Some pressure from the Raiders, but he's able to get around everybody. And he is going to run it into the end zone.
Bowler, a feed to Winters, and another terrific save by Hoffman. Wow. There's a 3-on-2 in tight. Shot and a score! Dane Carter. Zachary with the handoff burst right up the middle, and he's open. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown.
And now Belmont Hill setting up a quick shot and a goal. Finn Fox let that one rip.
3-on-2 here. Leahy with no one in front of him. Beautiful save. Second chance. Score!
Lawrence Academy does it.
Spins away for McKenna. McKenna lets it loose and scores!
Pole, shot in front, pass in front, and a terrific save by Thibodeau. Papa dropping back to pass. It's a screen. It's intercepted. Going the other way. And Presley Titus makes a big play here for Central Catholic. 2-on-1, Dunn and Pole. Dunn to Pole. Pole shot, goal. Good pickoff in the neighborhood. Hennessy to Packard in front. Shot and a goal. Charlie Packard ties it up. Shot to score. Belmont Hill is on the board early. Ronan O'Donnell
takes it. He's going to fade. Looking for Williams in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Lancers.
Pass in front. DiBattista, quick shot. He scores.
He rocks the baby. And there's a stop by Pouliot Porter. He's all sprawled out.
Kennison lifts it high and in the net. Taft wins it.
Contact Mark Igo at migo@bbigcommunications.com to learn more today.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Bright Landry Hockey Center on the campus of Harvard University. Paul McNamara along with Carter Masterson, and Jeff Lane is doing yeoman's work here at center ice, producing today. For NEPSAC, it's the 3 boys championships here. This is the small school championship game number 1 of 3 today from Harvard, and after one period, it is Canterbury with a 1-0 lead over Rivers. And Carter, pretty good first period, started a little bit feeling out, and then, boy, it picked up.
Yeah, it feels just like the game we called last year versus Frederick Gunn and Lawrence. We got a thriller there, and it looks like we might just have one of those today. Canterbury with the 1-0 lead came on a power play. All around, I'd say Rivers played the better hockey game. They just haven't been able to beat Max Pitts, who's having the game of his season so far, and it couldn't come at a bigger stage than
Rivers had a shot from the point that was deflected and skimmed off the crossbar as time expired in the first period. So they have a little momentum, even though they trail 1-0, knowing that they can get that close. Yeah. They've just got to get one by to break the ice. And Canterbury, of course, would love to build on the 1-0 lead. Canterbury, a little bit older team, a little bit more physical, it seems, at this point. But Rivers maybe a little quicker, a little more depth, at least top to bottom from what we saw in the first period.
Yeah, they've definitely been showing off their experience so far.
Meyer down the boards, trying to find an open man there, Maselli. Maselli fights for it along with Graff, but Canterbury able to skate it up ice and out. That's Sam Chopper. Chopper trying to beat 3 Rivers Red Wings. Canterbury bench looking for a penalty again. Not going to come. Duncan Stewart, who's played a good game, number 9, trying to get it back to the point and does. They skim it around near side. Played by Evan Handler for Rivers, but now Canterbury takes over. Martell, shot blocked by Maselli. Martell, 16, has the goal. The defenseman who jumped up into the play on the power play. Maselli dives trying to reach out for it, but played by Stevens for Canterbury. And now back to play it is Duncan Stewart. Flips it all the way up ice. Stratton trying to get by Freddie Meyer, but up ice comes Rivers the other way, and right at the blue line there, stopped. An open man near side is Patrick Heslin. Heslin in the circle now, weaves his way back, flips it wide, shot in close and a save. The man was open, and goalie Jason Delahoy just shut off Ryan Lucarelli.
What an opportunity for Delahoy right there. I mean, initially it looked like the play was going to be dead after it skipped over Heslin's stick, but he recovers well, finds Lucarelli down low, puts on a good shot, but a better save. If he'd been able to get that a little bit higher, it would have been in the back of the net, and they'd be celebrating right now. Instead, Delahoy's up to task, makes a huge save.
Shot hits the post off the face-off play. Powers let it fly. Now there's a high stick by Carter Meyer, and that'll either be a high stick or elbowing as the delayed call is in force, and it is going to be an elbow on Carter Meyer. It'll be his second trip to the box.
That's going to be an elbow. You see it get right up there, right in the face area of Jackson Powers. And the 8th grader showing a little bit of a lack of experience there, a little bit of a lack of discipline. Got to keep those elbows down. I mean, we see the skill is there. 39 points in a season before you're even in high school is unreal, but on playoff hockey,
I wanted to go back to the play by Heslin previously, how he found Lucarelli over there on the right side. A little bit of hockey IQ showing there for Heslin as he was very patient, didn't force anything. Shot save there by Delahoy on a good look by Jake Stevens, who walked in from the left point.
Yeah, that one's got to be swallowed up by Delahoy on the first chance. Gave Canterbury new life after letting it drop back down. But what you were just talking about with right there, a little loose, but it gets covered up anyways. But you were talking about the play earlier. That was amazing, where he found Lucarelli under pressure.
4 forwards out here. Nice move. Shot and a score as they move the puck so well.
Ryan Stratton, his 22nd goal of the season. The captain of this Canterbury Saints team, he is fired up, and rightfully so. The power play goes back to work right up top. They go down low, and just 9, 12, 8, tic-tac-toe, 12, makes a hit to make a play. That is great work from Jackson Powers. He'll get his 22nd assist on the season, but he stands in there, keeps his poise, finds Stratton backdoor, who just taps it in. But it did all start with the pass from Duncan Stewart. Just so many scores on this Canterbury team. They have 5 or 6 point per game players on this team, and just tic-tac-toe on the power play gives them a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, that is like basic power play. Find the open man, you got an extra guy, and boy, did they move the puck very well. And they lead it 2-0, 2 power play goals. They're 2 for 2. Here's a break for Rivers, trying to tie it up, and a save by Pitts on the backhand attempt by Koulis, who was in alone from about 20 feet in. Shot saved by Pitts again, as an open look there for Brett Stone, as Rivers trying to come right back here after the power play goal by Canterbury.
You know, the 900 mark is where every goalie wants to be on their save percentage, and Pitts came into this game just under it. But if he keeps up this performance, he's taking all these shots, he should be able to get it above that 900 number. He is standing on his head right now, and if this continues the whole game, it's going to be very difficult for Rivers to win this one.
Shot deflected, or work the deflections. Now, and back of the net was Hatton. Couldn't find a friendly stick, and retreating is Darren Iverson in his own zone. Gino LaRusso will give a cursory forecheck here, and now Palmer will take over, but Rivers able to break the press here. And Hatton couldn't get in the middle. Nice team defense. There's a good hit in the middle by Hatton on Gino LaRusso. Watson goes sliding into the boards as he kind of slalom sideways. Pass up the middle, that's offside, as Haslam tried to put one over on the officials there and couldn't keep it in the zone.
Yeah, and then he got a little physical after the whistle, but at center ice just a few moments before, there was a massive reverse hit. LaRusso stayed on his feet, and then over here, Rivers does a good job getting out of the zone. Just barely couldn't keep it in, was Haslam, and then you see the little shoulder given to Iverson after the...
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, just some friendly talk here in the biggest game of the year.
Finn Sears dumps it in, goes all the way around, chopped at by Stevens. Big hit by Carter Meyer. And here's a break. It almost looked like a jailbreak for Canterbury. They had 4 guys up in that rush, but bouncing puck kind of stops that. Here comes Meyer. Meyer looking left, drop pass. Shot deflected behind the net off the stick there of Finn Sears. Sullivan steps up at the blue line. Sears trying to go through traffic. Puck punched over to Freddie Meyer, throws it in. Pitts will steer it wide. Puck might have been going wide anyway. Carter Meyer centering pass, looking for Pandolfo. Couldn't connect. And here comes Heslin up the left side. Bounces it off the back, the sideboards. Heslin is spilled. Puck kept in by Duncan Stewart at the line. Stewart has great anticipation, number 9 in white. And now he's decked from behind. Play continues. Puck loose. They find the open man left side. It was Chapa, but as he tried to go, as he tried to go back to the point, puck was intercepted by Rivers, but it finds Sam Chapa once again. They got to call both of these guys, I think. Nate Ruzzi, number 3 for Canterbury, who spilled John Rivard. Freddie Meyer upset behind the bench over there.
That is interesting, to say the least. I mean,
how is that?
How is that matching?
How's that embellishment?
Is that the call? Is that embellishment?
I don't know what else it would be.
If it's embellishment, how do you send the other guy to the box if you're saying he's flopping? That is bad. I don't know how you get matching out of that one. If you're going to call something, you call a trip, but I think you let that one play on. That is a really, really interesting
4-on-4 hockey for a while here as matching minors to Rivard of Rivers and Ruzzi of Canterbury. I mean, you can tell that you could make a case for the trip.
Yeah, you definitely could, but I really don't see how you see embellishment there or how you even think of calling that.
Now the Canterbury bench looking for a call on everything now, and that was just kind of a sandwich play as Chapa tried to go through 3 Rivers guys.
I think the Canterbury bench just wants some consistency, which they had early in the game, but since then it's just been all over the place.
Koulis plays it, and he'll take a little bump from behind, but he's able to get it across ice to Handler. Handler, nice drop pass. Shot goes wide off the stick of Ryan Ferguson. Savaglio lost it. He gets it back. Savaglio into the zone. He takes a hit by Handler, and Rivers able to get it up ice. Justin Graff, 2-on-2, defended by Chapa. Gets it in the corner to Koulis. Koulis, left point, shot deflected in front off the stick of Graff. That's the way they have to do it. Sullivan can't keep it in, and Iverson retreats and picks it up at center ice. Iverson tries to get on the left side, trying to work around Stevens. Goes full circle behind the net. Now goes cross point to Justin Graff covering. Puck comes off the backboard, off the back glass, onto the stick of Ryan Stratton, who dumps it in. 14 seconds left on the matching minor penalties. And we'll go back to 5-on-5 hockey. Good look in the corner there by Lucarelli, but deflected by the defense of Rivers. Players out of the box, and it's a breakdown ice for Hatton. Hatton went left to right, shot, score! Could see that one coming as he moved left to right, and Pitts, the goalie, had to move with him, and then he went back door inside the far post.
That's Will Hatton's 20th of the year, and Rivers was on the brink of losing it, but right here Hatton skates up through the middle, gets it right to his forehand, and rips it back blocker side. It's a well-placed shot, one that had been hitting the post earlier in this one, but they're up to speed now, and they get that one to find the back of the mesh netting, and that's huge because I was going to mention how Canterbury's just out-physicalitying them, and the Rivers isn't being able to use their skill as much. Right there, that's just a perfect display, and Hatton is up 29 points in the year, and he gets to 20 goals.
So back to a 1-goal game here, and that's the first even strength goal of the game. Both Canterbury's strikes have come on the power play. Rivers scores probably 3 or 4 seconds after the situation went from 4-on-4 to 5-on-5, and his Carter Meyer, little toe drag, a little mid blade drag. Shot went wide. Meyer gets it back. Puck goes to Freddie Meyer, who sends it wide and high. Savaglio can't get it by Evan Handler. And now they kick it across to Gino LaRusso. LaRusso head up, trying to go around Freddie Meyer. Freddie Meyer pins LaRusso to the backboards. Handler helps out, and Meyer throws a big check on Watson in the corner. Freddie Meyer kicks it forward and able to get it up ice to Lucas Morin. Morin going towards the goal, and Pitts did not have that covered. Morin showing the official that, but the official, I think, thought it was tied up or lost sight of it, so blew the whistle.
He had it under his glove for just a moment there. It got poked out by Carter Meyer. He blew it as soon as he covered it, but it obviously wasn't in there very good because just a light poke from Meyer had that pop right out.
10:05 to go, middle period of play. 2-1 Canterbury leading, at least for the moment, leading Rivers as a bid there by Brett Stone. Trying to see if we got a final in the first girls game.
We do, and it's my New Hampton Huskies going back-to-back against Groton, 2-1 in the small school girls final.
Yeah, they got this posted wrong. They got Groton 2 and New Hampton 1.
I was getting it from my dad that he said it was 2-1 New Hampton unless...
Yeah, New Hampton was ahead on the scoreboard during the game.
So that's huge. 3 straight small school trips for them and 2 wins. That'll be a happy bunch there. Oh, a bad penalty taken right there by Canterbury.
Yeah, the arm is up, and now Canterbury touches up, and we're going to get an interference call.
Should be on Duncan Stewart for interference. He was just right in the middle. It looks like it's going to be just off, or we might get it. Yeah, after the puck is gone, just follows through. You got to have more discipline. That's a PG right there. Duncan Stewart. That's championship hockey we're playing right now. Now you give this Rivers penalty or power play that has been good throughout the season, a chance to get to work to tie up the game. It just can't happen. Got to be more disciplined.
Yeah, they've started calling that a lot more in the last couple of years, where it becomes a judgment call how far in the past the guy had the puck, and it's interference if it's deemed that the puck was gone long enough. As Rivers tries to play in close, they try to set up Koulis.
Savaglio with a massive stick lift there to keep this game at a 1-goal lead for Canterbury.
Justin Graff will leave it behind for Freddie Meyer. He's back to Graff, back to Meyer. Graff trying to get run into by Heslin. And in tight, a shot by Hatton is deflected wide off the blocker of the goalie Pitts. Steal there by Graff. Graff dives for it. And now Rivers looking for a penalty. And Canterbury comes up by shorthanded. Heslin all the way around. And overskates, and Meyer picks it up. 1:10 to go on the penalty. Hatton, who has the Rivers goal, leaves it for Graff. That looked offside as Maselli was in. Centering pass looking for Hatton. Graff with a move up high. Graff trying to make another move, and it's stolen there by Stevens. The defenseman leads a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Stevens wide for Chopper. Shot, a save by Delahoy. Delahoy has it outside the line. The official right there, the referee. And a good bid there by Sam Chopper. And now the puck drops into the cage.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get another look at that. Jake Stevens leading the rush the other way. Gives it off, and it's going to be a chance for number 11, Sam Chopper. He is a talented scorer over a point per game. Both of them are. And Jake Stevens is a massive part of this Canterbury team. He had a 3-point game in their win over Pomfret that put him here in the Harvard hockey rink. But just, he made the pass there, but Choppa couldn't bury.
It was well played. 35 seconds to go on the Rivers power play, and it's flipped out by Martel.
Not the ideal power play so far. It's been all Canterbury.
Yeah, they're one chance early with the cross-crease pass, but not a lot of pressure. Haven't set it up in the offensive zone very much on this power play. Maybe for about 5 seconds. There's another shorthanded bid. Martel takes it deep and misses the cage short side. He had Stratton headed for the net down the middle. Now we're down to 6 seconds on the penalty, so great kill by Canterbury. Stratton run into the boards over there by Handler. Canterbury back to full strength. And up ice comes Rivers. And now we're going to get a penalty call here. I thought they were going to call one apiece, but it's a roughing call on Rivers.
We'll see if we can see where that happened. I mean, that was just a brutal power play for Rivers. It ended up just being it looked more like Canterbury was on the power play there towards the end of it, other than that first chance they had. This has been a penalty-heavy game, and it's Carter Meyer again going to serve this one. His 3rd penalty of the game. That is just tough. And a cross-check, an elbow, and a rough.
Yeah, that's frustration.
That's all frustration. Not a disciplined performance for the star-studded 8th grader.
And Rivers has to kill a penalty. Canterbury is 2 for 2 by our count. Shot, save, puck is loose in front, comes back to Martel. He sweeps it right side for Lucarelli. Lucarelli, nice cross pass. And good save by Delahoy as Savaglio was wide open and might have carried it a foot or two too far to cut his angle, but great save. You're going to see the pass come across.
They go back up top to the point. And again, you're talking about it, just classic power play. Find the open man. And there, what the open man was Savaglio. Gets a good chance. This Canterbury power play right now is just a buzzsaw. I watched some Canterbury hockey earlier this year when they played New Hampton. They just they were really good on the power play then, even though we got the win. This is a very talented team, and their power play is even better.
Yeah, I take that back on Savaglio. He made a good play on that. He was just beaten by the goalie, Delahoy.
Maybe held on to it for a bit long, but it was a good bid.
They battle back there, and Palmer able to muscle it, and Savaglio chips it around, trying to find help. Savaglio covering the point. Nice play over to Martel. Martel in the corner to Lucarelli. Lucarelli back to Martel. 54 seconds of power play left. Martell up top, shot is blocked on the way in. Nice job by Koulis to get in the shooting lane. Turning and trying to fire there was Palmer, but he missed it. Bodies down on the ice. Now Watson misses the top left corner. Lucarelli tracks it down, still inside the zone. He's going to take a hit there from Brett Stone. And Rivers finally able to get it down ice, and we got a penalty coming up here. It's going to be on Canterbury, as Maselli trying to be ridden off the play by Lucarelli. Goaltender is out on the delayed penalty call. So it's 5 skaters on 5.
Yeah, they only had 4 out there for a really long time. Stevens ended up hopping on for Canterbury, but that was messy. There was a hole.
Well, it also kills off the Rivers penalty, so for the moment that's offside, but they let it go.
They'll get some 6-on-5 now.
Sullivan
until they touch up. There it is.
Finally, Jackson Powers able to reach the elusive puck from the Canterbury standpoint, and Carter Meyer now talking to one of the referees, trying to get clarification on one of the calls against him.
High stick on Lucarelli going to be the call. He's had himself a solid game so far. He's got an assist on the first goal, which was scored by Martell. But now Rivers will get another chance to work on the power play. I have no clue where the penalty came from. There was a ton going on down there.
Yep.
There was 3 different pairs of players on both teams that went down.
WWE at one point.
Yeah, it was WrestleMania, but it ended up with a power play for the team in red.
5:10 to go in the second period, and Rivers trying to tie things up here. They trail it 2-1.
5:09 left in period number 2. If Rivers can get this evened up heading into period number 3.
Tell you, last time they had a power play, Canterbury, as you said, Carter, they carried the play. They almost scored a shorthander twice.
Yeah, it's almost like they were on the power play.
Stewart can't clear it. And now it's poked ahead off the stick of Logan Goodman. Canterbury still in their own zone, but they have control. And Chapa will send it about 400 feet down the ice. Cut that in half, folks. It just seemed like 400 feet. Just want to see if anyone's listening.
Just checking.
Finn Sears, stick handling. Sears goes wide left. Heading to the net is Rivard. Sears still has it. Velcro on that tape. Now trying to find Meyer cutting in from the left, and it hits a Canterbury stick.
That was Goodman, who had a game-saving play right there.
Halfway through the penalty, Pandolfo cycles from Meyer. Carter Meyer gets it back to the left point handler. Nice play by Pandolfo to find Rivard. Rivard trying to put it through the legs of Chapa. And now Pandolfo in the corner. Trying to find Sears, and it goes just off the blade.
That time it was Stratton. The stick work from Canterbury is insane.
Hatton shot blocked. A sprawling block there by Logan Goodman.
What a shift for him.
Yeah, Goodman, terrific shift.
Saved a goal and then a big block as well. Just massive, massive minutes on the PK.
Freddie Meyer off to the left to Koulis. Koulis got it to Maselli, whose shot was gobbled up by goalie Pitts.
Yep, just a good shot there. A better penalty power play for Rivers with 14 seconds left on it. I mean, they're still just not getting the shots they need. They're getting the looks, but Canterbury working so hard, and it's not allowing them to get the shots. Stratton and Goodman were diving all over the place.
Pitts is using the crease well, too. He's going out and cutting the angles down. He's a smart goalie.
Yeah, his angles are incredible.
They try to get it to Maselli there. Graf doing some good work in the corners, but the Canterbury sticks are where they have to be, and power play is over for Rivers. Good kill again by Canterbury. Maselli back checks. He's got Powers all over him. Martell cheats in from the right point. Powers behind the goal for Heslin. And now it's turned over to the Red Wings, and up ice goes Graf. Graf to Maselli. Tries to let it go, but he was beyond the goal line extended. Hatton now leaves it for Ryan Ferguson. Ferguson's attempt to get it behind the net is picked off by Savaglio, who ices the puck. And they wave it off because good hustle by Chapa. Rivers is just like a foot short on the passes and just missing.
Yeah, they're playing okay, but not great.
Brett Stone had the puck, and Morin just couldn't stay on side. He tried.
If you could call tripping on your own team, they'd be going to the box for 2 minutes right there. Rivers, you're mentioning that they're playing good, but they're just a little bit off. They're just looking a little rusty today. And I was talking to some of their assistant coaches before the game. He said one of their main keys was they need the 8th grade line to play well and score points.
They've played well. They
played well at times.
They've gotten a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, especially Carter Meyer. Sears also had a penalty. Pandolfo, I think, has been the strongest of the bunch today. But we're going to need to see that line, I think, score a goal if Rivers wants to win this game, because that's where a lot of their production comes from.
Good poke check ahead by Chapa. But now Rivers able to get it deep into the Canterbury end, where they will start the breakout. Jake Stevens, who's been strong back there, can't get it through Koulis's skates, but gets a second chance and dumps it in. Rivers indirectly gets it out. There's Goodman right back on the ice, deserving more ice time. Stevens now waits for his mates to clear. Tosses left side over there for Stewart. Stewart spun around. Stewart chases it in the corner. Joined by Stratton. And finally able to come out of there is Darren Iverson for Rivers. Iverson goes left side for Koulis. Koulis shut off by Stevens. And now Chapa steals, trying to send Stewart away. And this one will be icing as Stewart and Sullivan from Rivers race down ice. But Canterbury bench motioning that there was a deflection there and shouldn't be icing. But
I mean, once again, we're just seeing this is just such an amazing game right now. These two teams want it clearly. And if Rivers, they have an ozone face-off here with their top scoring line, and they're just a minute left, they're actually going to...
They're going to call timeout with unable to change because of the icing. So they're going to call a timeout here with 1:07 to go in the second period. Very strategic.
I think that's a smart
because a
play
goal
from
right now
Canterbury.
would change the momentum of the game.
Oh, completely. But however, this is really early to be using your timeout. The only time I've ever seen a second period timeout before this in situations has been when you're down 3 goals. You just got 2 back-to-back on you. You need to regroup. I do like it so they can get their top not PK, but their top defenders out there and make their changes. But it's still going to be that top scoring line of Rivers will get a chance to score a goal here. There's only 1:07 left in period number 2. And if they're able to put this one in the back of the net, that would be nothing short of massive.
Well, they do have to keep the same guys out there, but they do get that benefit of the rest. So the same 5 men will go back out there.
Oh, in the past I've seen the timeout allows to change, so maybe I was mistaken. But
well, it could be, but I got to believe they would change if they could. Although this is a top group with Stratton and Stewart and Chopper.
Yeah, they've got Martell and Stevens back there too, who are their strongest defensemen.
Well, we can double check that rule because I'm not 100% sure.
I'm questioning it now as well, but I thought that had been the case beforehand.
Canterbury is able to get it up and out, and now they will change. As back to get it for Rivers is Evan Handler. He'll play it around to Freddie Meyer. Meyer long pass up for Pandolfo. No icing here. And Martell gets back in time. Carter Meyer now makes a move. Carter Meyer has an open man, and it was Finn Sears. Sears shot just partially deflected by Martell. We're down to 33 seconds in the period. Freddie Meyer dumps it in deep. Martell back to get it. Martell's been out there a long time. He and Stevens both.
Yeah, well,
but they can't get pressure on him.
That timeout allowed them to get some rest, but they'll have a chance to get off now after the offsides. 20 seconds left, just under actually, 0.1 under. The Rivers, I really thought they'd get a better chance there, but it was a great work by Martell to stop the shot from Sears getting on net. I thought Carter Meyer was finally going to make his game-breaking play, and he looked like he had the chance, but this Canterbury D-zone is just so sure up right now.
It was a nice pass to Sears, but then it allowed, it's almost like lacrosse, it allowed a whole slide for the whole defense.
True that.
Flipped in by Heslin, and Canterbury will be content to get out of here with a 1-goal lead, I believe. Maselli gets it up to Hatton. Hatton in the middle, and Graff couldn't get to the puck in time to get a shot off as the net goes flying off the post there behind Max Pitts. But what a game he has played so far. They've beaten him once, but he's the main reason that they hold a 2-1 lead after 2.
Yeah, it's just as we expected it to be. It's still that 1-goal lead that we saw earlier, but I think we're sitting in the exact same position we were heading into the second as we are going to be heading into the third. Momentum going both ways right now. This game is up in the air. Whoever scores this next goal will have all of the advantage, and it will be really hard to come back from for the other side.
It was 1-0 after 1. Logan Martell for Canterbury on the power play back in the first. And then the second period, a goal for each team. Early on, 1:50, it was Stratton from Stewart and Powers, a second power play goal of the day for Canterbury. Rivers came back and tied it up at 6:49 when Hatton was able to finally beat Pitts. And Will Hatton with the goal for Rivers. And that's where we stand after 2. It is 2-1 Canterbury in the small school championship game here at Harvard.
Did you know there are 218,952 female hockey players in the world? They all have their own strengths, their own ambitions, their own styles, and they all need their equipment to fit their way. No two are exactly alike. That's why CCM designs and develops equipment for each one of them. Because they all have their own feel for the game. CCM. Feel more.
It's been super fun to be here with my friends and experiencing new people and different teams and different environments.
Intensity is much higher, but our team has done a good job to bring the intensity up.
Traveling with my team, it's a bonding experience. It's like building team chemistry. So in the games, we're that much closer and we're that much together.
Are you ever watching a stream and don't know what's going on? Who has the ball? What's the score? What's even happening? Well, we can fix that problem.
Cummings looks. Cummings in front. Man is all alone in front. Shot to score! Patrick Woods. Packard quickly to Woodiette. Woodiette shot in the goal. Henry Woodiette from Charlie Packard.
Here's McGrath, back for Peck in the slot, he scores!
First pass by Pereira, throws it deep down the left side, and it is cut.
Now they drop it forth to Burge. He cuts, shoots it, scores! Luke the Burge.
Petrin on the go, Petrin in close, shot, score! Jacob Petrin with the hat trick.
And the fake handoff to Pierre, Hasselback has it. Some pressure from the Raiders, but he's able to get around everybody. And he is going to run it into the end zone.
Oler, a feed to Winters, and another terrific save by Hoffman. Wow. There's a 3-on-2 in tight. Shot to score! Dane Carter. Thackeray with the handoff first, right up the middle, and he's open. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown.
And now Belmont Hill setting up a quick shot and a goal. Finn Fox let that one rip.
3-on-2 here. Leahy with no one in front of him. Beautiful save. Second chance. Score!
Lawrence Academy does it.
Spins away for McKenna. McKenna lets it loose and scores!
Cole, shot in front, pass in front, a terrific save by Thibodeau.
Papa dropping back to pass. It's a screen. It's intercepted. Going the other way. And Presley Titus makes a big play here for Central Catholic.
2-on-1, Dunn and Pole. Dunn to Pole. Pole shot, goal.
Good pickoff.
In the neighborhood, Hennessy to Packard in front, shot and a goal. Charlie Packard ties it up. Shot to score. Belmont Hill is on the board early. Ronan O'Donnell
takes it. He's gonna fade. Looking for Williams in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Lancers.
Pass in front. DiBattista, quick shot. He scores.
He rocks the baby. And there's a stop by Pouliot Porter. He's all sprawled out.
Kennison lifts it high and in the net. Taft wins it.
Contact Mark Igo at migo@bbigcommunications.com to learn more today.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to the NEPSAC Boys Championship Day here at Harvard. Paul McNamara along with Carter Masterson and Jeff Lane on production. Carter, we got a good one here in the small school championship. It's 2-1 as we start the third period.
Last year we had 2 overtime games. I'd love to see that again. This one's definitely got a chance at it. These two teams have just been battling out all game. So far, Canterbury's been a little grittier. They've been playing a little tougher, but Rivers' skill has shown through at times. It's just, can they continue to pound through that Canterbury back line and put another goal up on the board? And if I'm looking for anyone, it's going to have to be 27, Carter Meyer. Come back from what's been a rough one of sorts for him so far with the 3 penalties, but
a very young team. We've said it several times, Rivers, but this is their most experienced line here with Maselli and Hatton and Justin Graff. And even saying that, there's only one senior on that line. So
Graff's a sophomore. It's a young team, and I know I've said it already, but they really do have a chance to build something special over the next 4 years.
Freddie Meyer trying to slalom his way up the left side. Leads a 4-on-4 into the zone. Now he'll try to cycle and gets it to Finn Sears. Sears' shot might have gone off the near post up high. And there's some of that muscle right there as Heslin just muscles position onto the puck and carries it down ice. Sullivan bangs it around the far side. And back out to center onto the stick of Robert Savaglio. Savaglio dumps and heads to the bench. Sullivan, long pass up, and Sears able to get a stick on it. Wipe off the icing. Bad clear. Sears shot, but Goodman gets right in the shooting lane. Here's Carter Meyer in the corner. Carter Meyer, centering pass, and it goes off the stick of Pandolfo. He was open.
Yep, definitely. But this Canterbury defense core has been so strong today.
Nate Rossi can't get it up the boards. Meyer chips it back, and Iverson misfires. Gets it around back. Pandolfo able to muscle it to Carter Meyer. Carter Meyer stick handles, and now we've got a whistle, and I think the cage is off. Don't know who pushed it off, though.
Nope. But once again, I really think this 8th grader line is coming into their own right now. Pandolfo,
yeah, great shift for them.
Pandolfo, Meyer, and Sears have had a couple really good shifts back to back to back.
So Freddie Meyer, the coach of Rivers, questioning why a penalty's not called, intentional knocking the net off, and the officials do not let Canterbury change. Rivers able to get 5 new skaters out there. Shot through a screen, and Pitts had it, dropped it, but the whistle went. Good wrist shot there by Brett Stone.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly happened there. It looked like he had possession. I don't know if we'll get a look.
But they were able to change anyway.
But it was up there under his blocker, but he couldn't completely haul it in.
Ferguson can't get it in deep, and it's chipped up by Martell. Ferguson has it again. He'll go to his partner over there, Handler. Handler flips it in, glove down by Martell. Back out to Ferguson. Off his stick. Now Stevens. Boy, this is a no possession game right now. They throw it in on goal, and Jason Delahoy will leave it for Handler. Handler can't get it by Stevens on the right point. Stevens throws it in onto the stick of his opposing number 2, Ferguson. Ferguson's pass up ice, icing waved off. Pass was for Koulis. That missed connections. Stevens in the middle to Jake Pomater. And Martell gloves it ahead and chases it. Martell and Freddie Meyer go to the corner. Martell's still with it. Now he loses. And it's sent up ice to Maselli. Maselli on the go with some speed, trying to turn the corner. Gets a wrist shot off, one off the stick there of Cole Dixon, number 5.
Big hit there by LaRusso.
Sullivan near side, Freddie Meyer. Freddie Meyer shot blocked up high partially by Gino LaRusso. Meyer closes. They throw it across the crease. Maselli was there but couldn't redirect that drive by Justin Graff. Sullivan stops the progress of LaRusso. LaRusso. Meyer across to Sullivan. Christopher Sullivan. follows it around and runs into Dixon. Maselli in the right wing corner, spins away from a check, goes behind, centered in front, but blocked by Dixon as Graff was trying to get the puck in front. Savaglio throws it on net, and De La Hoya will hang on and stop play with 13:43 to go in the third.
I'd really like to see Rivers be more concise in their offensive zone. They should utilize that D-to-D pass a little bit more. Right now, I keep seeing Freddie Meyer just try to rip it down low, look for a tip. I think if he went over to his partner, whoever that may be, they could work it down low and get better scoring chances, because right now they're struggling to get through the block that Canterbury has in front.
And awful shot blocked up high by Goodman, who's been all over the place on defense. And speaking of all over the place, Chapa gets off a good bid. I don't even know where that went, but I think it hit the netting and came back down onto the ice.
Yeah, it disappeared for a little bit there for sure. But once again, we're just seeing more of the same. Canterbury and Rivers, they're getting their fair share of chances. They're putting shots on, but they're getting blocked. Right here we see Chapa coming up the near side, and he just rips one on, bounces off the goalie. No one knows where it is. We saw one go so high up in the air earlier this game that no one knew where it is. It came back down and was back in play. That one, I think, got a little bit of the netting, so it was whistled dead.
Freddie Meyer rushes up ice. Down the right side, loses. Back out to center to Carter Meyer. Near side to Sears, who spins and tosses it in. Played behind by Nate Ruzzi. And a flip up ice by Canterbury. Stick down by Meyer. Flies it around on the far side, and Sears started the other way. Sears with a head fake. Take it by Lucarelli. Sears still with it down the right side. Sears tries to make a move. Still has the puck. Now tries to cycle it behind. Pandolfo is there. Puck squirts around on the dasher. Pandolfo back up top to Ferguson. Ferguson can't get by Lucarelli, but does get the puck to Pandolfo. Now it's behind to Carter Meyer. Meyer trying to shield the puck with his body. And they're calling for a change for Rivers, and it does give him an opportunity. And
I think we got a penalty.
I think we got matchings again.
Right there on the wall. I just don't see it.
Rivers doesn't know who's going into the box.
I think it's Meyer. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he's going to get booked for a cross-check again. And, yeah, he goes into the box.
Wow. Comes with 12:18 to go, so 5:42. We did not see that one.
I did see a little check in the corner. I didn't think it was enough to call a penalty on, but found a way. It's Goodman's second of the game as well. I think that one was for the trip. But, wow, Carter Meyer, really skilled player, but has not been able to get out of his own way today and was the biggest game of his season, maybe one of the biggest of his career so far.
And now Rivard is tripped up. That was a nice play by Sullivan on those far boards, the defenseman number 20. Martel now, nice check in the corner, trying to get it to Chapa. Martel gets it behind now to Stevens. Martel and Stevens, talking about a solid defense pair.
Oh, for sure. And Stevens has also been able to put up points this year, 30
Oh, nice
assists.
play. Here's a breakaway for Rivard down the right side. Stevens hustles back to knock the puck off his stick. So it was not a total breakaway. Now Chapa up the middle. It's 4-on-4 in front of the goalies right now. Chapa trying to go through Iverson and rolls it in on goal. De La Hoya with the save. Is a 2-on-1 the other way. Hatton goes across. Shot. A spectacular save by Pitts on Darren Iverson. As Iverson was set up perfectly by Hatton, and Iverson made a good shot. But Pitts, just unbelievable. Here's the outlet pass up ice.
I'm just left absolutely speechless there. Hatton finds number 10, Iverson. The defenseman can't do it. Absolutely robbed. That is highway robbery. Unreal there for the goalie, Max Pitts.
Shot deflected by De La Hoya wide as Lucarelli was headed right down the middle. Lucarelli has it again. Tries to make a move. Forced to the outside by Handler. Will lay it back, looking for Savaglio. Bodies tumble. Freddie Meyer skates through the fray and hits Hatton on the right side. Meyer goes to the goal. Hatton goes right to left. Hatton crossed the crease, and I don't think Graff knew the pass was coming.
I agree with you. That was scary.
Lucarelli headed to the goal, covered by Handler, and Stewart couldn't get the puck through. Stewart complaining over there, thought he was held. A nice block there on the way in by Powers as an opportunity presented itself for Justin Graff. And now icing waved off here. Penalties expire. Both teams back to full strength after those matchings. Koulis up ice on the right side. Koulis chased down by LaRusso. Now Martel confronts Koulis. Morin also out there, and offside is called right there as the linesman standing just a few feet away from the play makes the call.
This is just one of those games where you hold your breath.
9:54 and counting in regulation.
I mean, these two teams just showing so much heart today. They just keep battling through whatever they face. They both want to be raising the Patelli Simmons Small School trophy, but only one can. Right now, they're both deserving.
Carter Meyer gets there for Rivers, trying to stick handle. Can't get a full shot off as Stevens came out to body him, or body the stick. It's this 8th grade line out there again for Rivers, trying to get some magic going. Here's Sears. Sears behind the net, can't center it. And up ice comes Jake Palmer. Palmer run into by Chris Sullivan over there. And now a bit of an elbow thrown by LaRusso. LaRusso fighting fiercely in that corner. He and Sullivan tied up. Carter Meyer now, nifty little backhand pass up to Sears. They break up ice 4-on-3. Sears comes wide, goes off the skate of Ferguson. All alone in front was Sam Pandolfo. Lucarelli trying to send Powers away. Goes off his stick, in on goal. Dillahoy up to center ice. Lucarelli picks it up for Canterbury. Now Handler goes to his knees to play it at center ice, trying to work the right boards. Heslin knocks down Handler. Maselli supports but can't get it by Heslin. Heslin to Powers, now wide to Lucarelli near side. Lucarelli with a shot and a pad save by goalie Dillahoy, and a good one. Handler, the defenseman, all the way down the left wing, trying to find Hatton across ice, and the puck jumps back for a 3-on-2 for Canterbury. Shot to save. Canterbury player tripped up in front, and I don't think they're going to call a penalty, but Heslin was tripped in the crease. Might see that one again. It was a good save by Dillahoy.
Yeah, we see the breakout coming the other way. That's been effective for Canterbury all game. First chance, rebound, and then trying to jam it home was Lucarelli. He gets checked from behind into Dillahoy.
Yeah. Hatton pushed down Lucarelli, but Heslin tripped over the goalie on his own accord. He was not pushed.
Now
at least following the replay.
Now they're trying to decide what's going on. Looks like they are going to send, or it looks like they're motioning someone to the box. Rivers coach getting an explanation right now.
There's 7 Rivers players on the ice right now.
Yeah, this is, I don't know.
I think what they're saying is because Rivers knocked the cage off, they can't change.
That would make sense. We don't see anyone head to the box. Correction there. But
top line out there for Canterbury. Stewart, Stratton, and Chapa. Turning it, firing with Stewart, and it's deflected up off the glass and out of play.
This has been a funky game so far. We're sitting at 2-1 with just under 8 minutes left to go. We've had 3 bouts of 4-on-4 hockey and a lot of penalties.
We may see another one, 4-on-4.
I wouldn't be shocked. Right there, that one just slapped and got a piece of something and went out of play. That one does the same exact thing. I mean, this is just, it's kind of what we expected, but at the same time, coming in this one, we're getting a little bit of what we thought. Canterbury is being very physical. They're using their skill players as well. We've seen their top 6 getting their points, but Rivers right in this one.
Stevens throws it in the corner. Chapa can't play it, but Chapa gets it back, as he usually does. Chapa being covered by Rivard. They get it back to the point. They go D to D, as you talked about before, Carter. They're very good at that, especially Stevens and Martell. Delahoy leaves it for big Chris Sullivan. Long pass up. Goes off the stick of Brett Stone, and this one goes out of play. I mean, they may need another bucket of pucks from the supply room.
Guys might need some ice for his arm after this one. He's been throwing pucks over the glass all afternoon. One thing I'd like to point out, Jacob Koulis, to reach this game, he had a 4-point performance yesterday with 2 goals in their 5-0 win over Frederick Gunn. He has been rather silent today. I don't think we've said his name too much. If Rivers wins this game, I think it's going to be because either Koulis or Carter Meyer makes a big-time play.
Long pass up for Sears. Spun around the far boards and under the stick of Palmer. Palmer to Powers, cutting through center ice. Powers makes a move. He's in. Backhander save. Delahoy. That was not Powers. That was Gino LaRusso. My mistake.
Ooh. Again, just so close. Deacon through there. Got himself a good chance. Delahoy is to task. The senior goalie, only standing at 5'7", has been using every inch of that frame. And right there, tucks up in the butterfly, gets it in between his pads, and doesn't let go.
Boy, Delahoy never saw that shot from the point. That came from Robert Savaglio. Big hit here as Pandolfo is knocked down by Watson. Watson gets a hello from Ryan Ferguson.
A little cross-check to the ribs with the way they've been policing this game. I'm a little surprised that one doesn't get a whistle.
Watson is a one-man wrecking crew. He is just a power forward personified. Freddie Meyer is ripping mad from behind the Rivers bench.
Yeah, a couple frustrated coaches today. They both haven't been pleased.
Here's Carter Meyer up the middle and poked off his stick as he tried to shield it and move to his left. Stevens pins Meyer to the boards. Sears picks it out of there. Delayed call coming up on Canterbury. And with 6:17 to go, Rivers is going to go to the power play.
This is what they needed. They're going to get their chance here. And committing the infraction is their main man, Jake Stevens. Just held Meyer way too long. Football tackles him to the ground. Canterbury does have a good football program. I wonder if he's a 2-sport athlete, because that one was some good performance. I'm looking at your sheet. Wow, that's a lot of penalties. Both teams haven't been able to stay out the box, and if Rivers can score here, that might do Canterbury in.
They call Stevens for holding at 11:43. Big chance for Rivers. Maselli loses his footing, but able to get it in deep is Koulis. 4 forwards out there. Maselli. And now it's poked out of the zone. Freddie Meyer has it there. Freddie Meyer is a defenseman, but he's played forward before, so kind of 4.5 forwards. Freddie Meyer on the rush. Good check there on the back check by Chapa. Meyer gets it back, leaves it to Graff, to Hatton. Hatton past to Maselli, just missing. Hatton behind the net. Over on the far side, it goes to Graff. Up top to Meyer, back to Graff. Graff inside the circle to Hatton. Hatton throws it at the crease, and save made by Pitts. Meyer chops it ahead to keep it in. Koulis can't pick it out of the air. 1 minute to go on the penalty.
Canterbury's so concise in their D zone. Their placement of their sticks is why they're still in this game. Unreal stuff.
Here's Carter Meyer. Takes a check, but able to get it ahead to Sears. Sears trying to toe drag. Has 2 Canterbury players on him. Turns the corner. Off the post. Sears gets it again. Shot deflected off Martell's body. Pandolfo. Puck hit Powers' stick. And delayed call coming up on Canterbury as Powers is going to go for a roughing.
Yeah.
Or a boarding. I think it's boarding.
It's going to be boarding, and I agree with the call. Coach McCarthy
there's the
doesn't
play,
like
the
it.
shot that went off of Iron.
Yeah, that's a clear board. That's a hit from behind right into the glass. You're going to see that every time. 5-on-3 now for Rivers. You got to execute here. You're going to put, right now it looks like they're putting two of their.
With 29 seconds on a 5-on-3, I'm surprised Rivers isn't calling a timeout here. Oh, they did use it. My mistake.
Or Canterbury used theirs.
Yeah, I think Rivers might still have one. 4:46 in regulation. 5-on-3. Sears at the left point. Meyer, middle point now. Meyer goes right over to Graff. In the corner to Carter Meyer. Open is Sears. Pulls it back and misses the left side. Graff hustles down. Gets it in the corner to Carter Meyer. Down to 10 seconds of 5-on-3, and smartly they triple the puck. What a job by Canterbury's defense. And now Carter Meyer settles. 1 second, 5-on-4. Shot. That one hit Hatton in front of that end. Stevens out of the box. Still short-handed, but takes it into the Rivers end. Chips it in the corner for Chapa. Chapa trying to get away from Finn Sears. Takes a hit from Freddie Meyer. And we're down to 1:13 of power play time. Carter Meyer leaves it left side for Sears. Back into the middle to Carter Meyer. Carter Meyer goes wide to Graff. Graff lets it go towards the net. Sears can't get a stick on it. And kept in by Carter Meyer at the left point. Finds Sears open. Far right boards. Graff hustles. Can't get it by Chapa on the boards, and he knocks it off the boards and into the Rivers end. 48 seconds on the power play. 3:32 in the third. Freddie Meyer slow walks it up the middle. Pass to Koulis. Koulis comes near side for Rivard, and they're offside as Rivard, I think, ran into Carter Meyer.
Obviously, after every game, there will be a winner and a loser. Whoever wins this game deserves the win. And right now, if Canterbury holds on, it's not that Rivers has lost this game. It's because Canterbury has pushed so hard. This penalty kill has been outstanding so far today. They have been unreal in their D zone and executed on their chances.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about Pitts, the goalie, who's played spectacularly, but they're eating pucks too. The defenseman just. Handler comes wide for Koulis. Goes wide for Graff. Graff behind for Hatton. Hatton surveys. Kicks it back out to Graff. Graff can't get it by the stick of Stevens. Now gets it to Koulis. Koulis sizes it up. Blocked by Goodman. Koulis gets it again and chips it wide. Hatton and Maselli there. Hatton hits the deck and cleared by Canterbury. Penalty time is over. They've killed it off. Powers out of the box. Has the puck. Powers turns. Powers shot blocked there by Rivard. Or rather by Handler. And in tight there was Palmer. And he's shut off by the goalie Delahoy. Maselli leaves it back for Handler. Out of 2:22 in regulation. Handler, nice snap pass near side for Iverson. Iverson into the zone. He's bumped by Watson. Pass in front, all alone. And Pandolfo trying to hammer away. He and Sears were there, but Pitts able to make the stop.
Yeah, he just got leveled after that one, and then Pitts just flung the stick after the whistle. I mean, let's get another look at this one. Sent low, right out front. Good chance for Finn Sears and Pandolfo, and then cleared out by that big power forward we mentioned earlier, Colin Watson. And then a little right there, Pitts throws the stick. They're fired up right now. 2:10. It's just about goalie polling time. They've got him at the dots right now, seeing if they win this draw.
Yeah, 2:10, and good call on that one, Carter, as Delahoy, the goalie, Jason Delahoy, is about 15, 20 feet out. Freddie Meyer, deep right wing corner. And Canterbury shoots it up into the stands across the way. And the Wrigley toss is in play as the puck comes back onto the ice surface.
I'm a little surprised that
I think they might call it.
Doesn't use it right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Rivers
was
has
Rivers?
used it. Okay.
Yeah, but it was Canterbury it was after an icing. I thought they called it. Now they're talking with the scorekeeper right there. 2 minutes. This is
Coach
just
Patrick McCarthy, just hands on his head. Chapa trying to get around Meyer. Nice follow-up here by Stewart. Stewart's shot gobbled up by De La Hoya. He wasn't sure he had it. That would have been a dagger for Rivers and would have sent Canterbury on their way. 1:50 to go.
This is an intense game. Both student sections getting into it. A limited Canterbury student section, but a couple Rivers fans in attendance. This is just great, great hockey.
Fred Meyer to Evan Handler. Trying to get by Sam Chapa. Touched by Finn Sears, and thought they were going to call icing on that, but they wave it off as it should have been. Chapa gets a nice break on the puck. Chapa shot saved by De La Hoya. He came way out on that one. Smartly. Stratton behind the net. Stratton trying to kill time. He's got Freddie Meyer on him down to 120 in regulation. Carter Meyer sweeps it out of there. Finn Sears trying to one-hand it out of the zone. Pandolfo support. Gets it to Carter Meyer. It's
Goalie's
a
on the bench.
3-on-4. Extra skater on for Rivers. Sullivan chips it in and around. Finn Sears looks. Sears trying to get away from Stevens. Not an easy task. Hatton behind the goal, centers, but right onto the stick of Stratton. Stratton ices the puck. Stratton was trying to deposit it from maybe 130 feet.
He gave it a good bid. Feet. It was just a bit wide. Rivers fans getting loud here.
They are going to signal a timeout now. And with 51.7 seconds to go, Fred Meyer wants to talk it over, as does Patrick McCarthy. What a game. What a way to kick off this triple header.
Yeah, I mean, you are exactly right. I don't know if it gets much better than this. 2-1, 51 seconds left. Right now, if Canterbury can keep the way they are in this D zone, I just don't know if Rivers can get something going. They have the extra attacker out there, but they just haven't been able to get many good chances going. They're going to have to utilize the D-to-D pass. They're going to have to find the open man, treat it like a power play. They haven't done that enough. Sometimes they try to force it to the net. And I think if they are able to just work it around, take their time, 51 seconds is a good amount of time.
You see the picture of the Rivers bench there, and Jason De La Hoya down to the far right has done a terrific job today. He and his opposing goalie, Max Pitts, down the other end, are the two stars of this one, if you ask me. And they have both kept this thing at 2-1. There's enough talent on this ice surface from both teams to have an 8-7 game. And the goalies have been very strong.
I mean, you are just exactly right. It's just classic.
So it's up to Pitts now to keep the one-goal cushion here with just under 52 seconds to go. Carter Meyer gets it back to Freddie Meyer. Freddie Meyer walks to the middle. Chapa all over him. Kicks it wide. They throw it towards the goal, but that was Finn Sears, and Freddie Meyer can't keep it in. Meyer has to hustle to keep Stratton away from the puck. Chapa follows up. Chapa into the open net and scores.
Signed, sealed, and delivered right there for Canterbury. They're all embracing their coach and each other, and Chapa has been working so hard all day.
Yeah. It's fitting that he gets the goal. I mean, he broke through center ice, and Freddie Meyer desperately got back there and shut him off on the first attempt, and then they stayed with it, and Stratton got the puck, got it to Chapa, and he was able to find the 6x4 for the insurance goal, and it's 3-1 with 31.9 to go, and I think they've called a penalty on Carter Meyer. Well, they've got 5 skaters on in front of goalie De La Hoya, who's back in there.
And I mean, I don't know what this penalty's on, but that is Carter Meyer's 5th penalty of the game.
I think it's a misconduct because there's no man advantage. Hatton trying to go through the defense, turning now and trying to fire at his Graf. Goes all the way around. Handler will chip in. Handler throws it towards the goal but misses. Kept in by Iverson. Iverson able to keep it right on the blue line. Moves in. Shot misses short side. Caroms to Stratton. Stratton swipes at it with 6 seconds to go now. And fittingly, Canterbury blocks any further attempt. That is the story of the day. Canterbury's blocking shots from the goal out. And a hard-fought game between two very good teams. And it's a 1-goal game all the way. You add the empty netter, and the final's 3-1. What a game.
3-seed Canterbury takes down the Patelli-Simmons bracket, and what a game indeed. 3-1 gonna be the final, and that is their first championship since they went by divisions. 1997 the last time they got to raise a first place trophy, and the last time that they were in the tournament was 2018. So how about a welcome back to the NEPSAC tourney? A huge one for Canterbury, and they are champions of the small school bracket.
Goals in the game for Canterbury. It was Logan Martell, then it was Ryan Stratton, and finally Sam Chapa into the open net. The lone goal on the day for Rivers came off the stick of Will Hatton in the second period, and it would take us a half an hour to run down all the great performances from both teams here today. But what a hockey game. Anybody that saw this was treated to some excellent prep school hockey, and the small school champs, the Piatelli-Simmons winner, is the Canterbury Saints.
Yeah, that's huge for their program. They can build from this. They're losing a lot of seniors, but they've got a great pitch for new people to come in. I mean, looking at this team, it is mostly seniors, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 seniors on this team. And how about a final game for them? The Saints, champions.
Well, we will we'll sign off on the audio, but we'll keep the video going here with Jeff Lane on production. And we thank you all for watching this terrific opener of the triple header here. Carter Masterson, awesome job on color. And for those of you with us for the rest of the day, Carter will have the play-by-play on the next game coming up with Kent and Dexter Southfield meeting for the large school championship. And we'll be back with that probably in about a half an hour or so. But it's great to have you with us all day here on our network, My Hockey Live, with the girls' championships games being played down at Noble and Greeno, and the boys' games here at Harvard, the Bright Landry Hockey Center. So for Carter Masterson, for Jeff Lane, for Mark Igo and everyone at My Hockey Live, and for Laurie Sachs, our thanks for having us here, Communications Director of NEPSAC. Thank you all, and thank you all for watching. I'm Paul McNamara. The final score of this one is Canterbury 3 and Rivers 1. We'll see you soon on My Hockey Live.